With all your devices being physically connected, it's time to patch. Patching is like telling the Xciter what kind of device is where on the DMX link. I will show you an example of patching a small setup that includes 4 Mac 500s and 2 strobes. Patching is located in the setup menu. The display changes and we get a bunch of options. Obviously the one we are looking for is the one called patch. In this menu, we have to choose whether we want to patch fixtures, dimmers, or the direct access buttons. So let's start with our fixtures. We want to assign all Mac 500s at once, so we simply press 1, followed by 2, then 3, and finally 4. Secondly, we must tell the Xciter what kind of fixtures we are currently patching. The menu option, Select Model, will take us to the internal library. From the list of various fixture categories, we select Moving Head because we want to patch Mac 500s. You will narrow down the list further by selecting the brand, in our case, Martin. And there you go, a complete list of Martin moving heads. Now it's just a matter of locating the Mac 500 in the list. Our Mac 500 it is in mode 4, which corresponds to Mac 500 DMX 4 in the library. Press the soft key and a little arrow indicates our selection. To confirm, we press Enter. Now it's time to specify the DMX start address for your fixtures. As you can see, Xciter suggests an address based on devices already patched. It will only suggest legal addresses, meaning that there is enough free space on the link to patch the 4 Mac 500s. Now all fixtures are patched, but we still need to patch the strobes though. We want it assigned to a direct access button, so we leave fixture patch by pressing the escape button. As you see, the Xciter informs you that the patch table has changed. We press the Yes soft key to save our changes. We're back in the patch menu, ready to patch the strobes. By pressing the direct access patch button, we're taken to this menu. As you can see, the 4 menu options on the right side equals the 4 direct access buttons. The second display lists all the channels already patched. Obviously, we can't assign our strobes to any of these, so by scrolling the jog wheel, we may find a suitable address for the strobes. The empty parenthesis implies free addresses. Alternatively, you can just press the next used soft key to let Xciter find the next available address. But nevertheless, we want to put one strobe at address 97 and 98. So we find the addresses and press the buttons that respectively correspond to these addresses, thereby selecting them as indicated by the value 255 being displayed. As you see, it's possible to assign multiple addresses to one direct access button. If you change your mind, simply press the button again and the address is unassigned. We want this one assigned though, so we press again. Looking at the main display, you see that it reads out the ON values. This value is what we just saw as 255 in the other display. You can change these values with the faders, and for some reason we want the second strobe to have a slightly different flash rate from the first, so we change its ON value like this. Next step is setting the off values, the inactive scene so to speak. By pressing the ON key, it toggles to off, and 255 changes to 0. We'll leave the value unchanged and exit direct access patching, remembering to save our configuration. Now it's just a matter of setting up your devices to actually have these addresses, and the Xciter will be able to control them correctly.